Learning objective 2 is to compute residual income and understand its strengths and weaknesses. Residual income is the net operating income that the investment center earns above the minimum required return on its assets. This is the formula to calculate the residual income. Net operating income minus average operating assets multiplied by minimum required rate of return. This calculation is different from that of ROI. ROI measures net operating income earned relative to the investment in average operating assets. But residual income measures net operating income earned minus the minimum required return on average operating assets. Let's take a look at the example here. The retail division of Zephyr Incorporated has average operating assets of $100,000 and is required to earn a return of 20% on these assets. In the current period, the division earns $30,000. We can simply follow the formula, first to calculate minimum required return in dollar amount. We use average operating assets, $100,000, multiplied by required rate of return, 20%, and then we can get minimum required return in dollar amount, $20,000. And then subtract minimum required return from net operating income. We can get residual income, $10,000. The calculation is very straightforward. The advantage of residual income over ROI is that the residual income approach encourages managers to make investments that are profitable for the entire company, but that would be rejected by managers who are evaluated using ROI formula. Let's take a look at the example. Redmond Awnings, a division of Wrap-Up Corporation, has a net operating income of $60,000 and average operating assets of $300,000. The required rate of return for the company is 15%. What's the division's ROI? Please try calculating ROI yourself first. To calculate the ROI, we follow the formula: net operating income divided by average operating assets. $60,000 divided by $300,000, and then we can get 20%. Based on same information, now the manager of the division is evaluated based on ROI. Will the manager want to make an investment of $100,000 that would generate additional net operating income of $18,000 per year? We need to calculate the new ROI and can make the decision. Following the formula to calculate the ROI, net operating income divided by average operating assets. Net operating income increased by $18,000, from $60,000 to $78,000. Net operating income increased by $100,000, from $300,000 to $400,000. So the new ROI is $78,000 divided by $400,000, and then we can get 19.5%. Compared to the original one, division's ROI decreased. If the manager is evaluated based on ROI, of course, the manager will not make this investment because the performance measure ROI decreased. And now, based on same information, net operating income $60,000, average operating assets $300,000, required rate of return for the company 15%. Let's calculate the division's residual income. To calculate the division residual income, we first calculate required return in dollar amount. We use average operating assets $300,000 multiplied by required rate of return in percentage, 15% of the company, and we can get required return in dollar amount, $45,000. Subtract $45,000 from net operating income, $60,000, and we can get residual income, $15,000. Now, if the manager of the Redmond Earnings Division is evaluated based on residual income, where the manager wants to make investment of $100,000, that would generate additional net operating income of $18,000 per year. We need to recalculate the residual income. Net operating income increased by $18,000, from $60,000 to $78,000. So we subtracted $60,000 from $78,000, and we can get new residual income, $18,000. Compared to the original residual income, $15,000, the new residual income has increased by $3,000. So yes, if the manager's performance is evaluated based on residual income, the manager would make this investment. So from this example, you can see, even though this investment is beneficial to the company as a whole, but if the manager is evaluated based on ROI, the manager may reject this investment. But if the manager is evaluated based on residual income, the manager would like to make this investment.